What up, B Squad? It is your boy JB, and I am here today, you guys, with a brand new review for what is this show we watching right here? Tyler Perry's Sistas, you guys. This is season number 6, episode 14, you guys, and I forgot the title of the episode already. Whatever the title of the episode was, it'll be on the screen as well, and it'll be also in the description box as well. But before we go ahead and get into this episode review, if you guys are watching this video or any other video on the channel and you guys aren't subscribed yet, then I'm gonna need you guys to do me a solid favor and stop taking me out on this date and having me pay for it at the end of it. You guys know the routine. You can do me that favor by liking the video, subscribing to the channel, turning your post notifications on, and sharing the video, you guys. And with that out the way, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into this episode of Tyler Perry's Sistas, you guys. And like I said again, I don't know the title of this episode. I'm actually trying to go through the guide and see if I can find it, because I like, you guys know I like to tell you guys the title of the episode, but it's really unimportant, to be quite honest with you, because this episode right here was a whole no for me, sis. It was a no. This episode is titled Something New. So yeah, you guys, let's go ahead and get into this review, shall we? Now, I know I've said it previously. I know, like with the over this week, I said that episode review wasn't going to be lengthy at all, but it ended up being 18 minutes. Sistas, I just don't think this review is going to be long for me, because this episode gave me absolutely nothing. And there was one scene in here particular that I was just like, why do we have this scene? Now, the episode opens up where we last left off. You guys remember Zach went into that apartment and was beating old boy's ass, right? Who had touched a child, right? And so Zach went in there, he fighting with the dude, he fighting old boy, and old boy, I guess he had his goons come in and jump Zach. So when Zach got jumped, Fatima went into her purse and took out her firearm and just started pow, 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 pow. Well, she didn't do it like that. She just, fired one warning shot, right? So the dudes got up, and Fatima, I guess she know who these guys are. So she makes a phone call, and I'm assuming she called Madam. And so the guy's phone then rang. He answered the phone, and then Zach left with the little boy. And Fatima, he was trying to apologize to Fatima, and Fatima was like, "It ain't me that you owe no apology to, right?" And so Fatima and Zach went outside. Now the nosy neighbor, I finally put two together. I think I know who she is, but you guys, if I'm correct, please let me know, or if I'm wrong, let me know as well. But I believe that the woman who is the nosy neighbor is Heather B. You guys know Heather B from The Real World, and she's also on Sway Show on Sirius XM. I believe that was Heather B. I could be wrong, but I think that was Heather B. And she was talking about the fact that she called the cops. But then she said that the cops don't show up. I was like, so bitch, what was the purpose of you calling the cops if they don't show up? Neither here nor there. So Zach and Fatima got in the car, right? When they got in the car, before they actually got into the car, there was these guys that came up, and it was a bunch of them. And I noticed one of them had a bat in his hand. I was like, they finna go up there and bust the man's kneecaps out? I was like, okay, I guess, right? Finna go up there and bust this nigga's kneecaps out? And Zach even asked her, like, Fatima, what was that? Fatima didn't say nothing. I was like, I think you might not want to know. So then we move over to Andy. So Andy and this guy Jordan, so they're really hitting it off. And you guys, this dress that Andy has on is ridiculously ugly. I'm just sorry to say that, but the dress is ugly. Like I said, they're hitting it off with each other. He asked Andy, has she ever been married? She says no. And after listening to your story, kind of gives her a little pause. He asked her, has she ever been engaged? She said yes. And it's, it didn't work out. And it ended, for the best. I was like, are you certain that it ended for the best? So then he asked her, with her being a divorce attorney, has that made her kind of, jaded or whatnot, right? She says no. What it has done is made her cautious. I was like, Andrea Barnes, I know you are lying. You are the last thing that is cautious when it comes to a relationship with any man. Like, girl, please tell that lie to somebody else who believes it. But again, this man don't know you like we know you, because, girl, a lie don't care who tells it, right? But yeah, so they've been sitting here for 3 hours, and they decide, hey, let's just go ahead and, end the date. And but what they gonna do before they end the date? Because they realize she's like, wait, where are my friends at? She's looking around, and she said, oh, there they are. He said, wait, your friends? Those are girls right there? She's like, yeah. He's like, those are my boys. So they decided that they want to go play a joke on Danny, Sabrina, whatever that other dude's name is from the airport, and I forgot what the other friend's name is, but they're gonna go play a joke on them and make them believe that Andy and this guy had a bad date, right? Let's pause here and move forward, you guys. All right, you guys. So back with Zach and Fatima. So Fatima's in the back seat with the baby, and Zach is asking her like, Fatima, what was that back there? She was like, he sleeps, Zach. He said, okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull over, and you can get up in the front with me, right? So he did that, and she got in the front. He's once again asking her, what was that? So come to find out, she knows who these people are. I guess they're part of a gang or something like that. And whatever this gang is, Madam is their boss. So she called Madam up. She doesn't typically like to use her family, for favors, but with that situation, she had to do it, right? And so Zach is asking her about what happened to that guy. She's like, I think it's best that we don't know. I'm like, I kind of think it's best that you don't know as well, Zach. Plausible deniability. Like, I think we're fine, Zach. I think we're really good on that situation. Can y'all do this again? Y'all gonna... I was about to say, can we do it to Karen? Because speaking of Karen, what's all about... Is she next? No, she's not next. But we'll definitely talk about Karen in just a minute. Moving back over to Andy and Jordan. Remember, I told you guys that Andy and Jordan were going to play a trick on the others and make them think that the date went bad. So, they went over there and gave acted like the date went horribly. Like she was talking about herself, and he was doing this and he was doing that, and got to the point where it was getting heated, and Danny was ready to take off her earrings, but eventually, he was like, right now, I just want to take you home and make love to you. I was like, say what now, sir? You don't even know her like that, but you want to... Okay, Tyler. I guess. If that's what you want to write in your script, go ahead and go for it. But say what now? But then they just let them know, hey, we had a really great date. And this is part of the episode where I was really bored, because I just really was bored at this point. Because Andy's guy, Jordan, the guy that's interested in Danny, and the guy that is interested in Sabrina, they asked them all out on a date, right? And Jordan said he would cook for them and they can come to his place. Danny was like, no, because of Preston. But then they were like, and then Andy and what's her name? Andy and Sabrina. I'm sorry, you guys, I can't think right now. Andy and Sabrina basically told Danny, well, we'll go if you go. Didn't she just tell y'all that she's in a relationship with Preston? But y'all gonna talk her into going to this date with this? Oh God! And then this man is in the mystery machine, and he be eavesdropping and listening to her conversations. And you want her to go on a date with him? No, homeboy is weird. But hey, this is Tyler Perry's world. We just living in it, and it is what it is. Now they were getting ready to leave, and so the guys were like, "Wait a minute, you guys have been drinking, so you can't drive." And they were like, y'all have been drinking too. They were like, well, how about we take the bus? And this was the downfall of this episode, because for the longest time they were trying to talk Andy into taking the bus, and you can see that Andy was reluctant to take the bus, right? And it just kept this scene drug on and on and on, and I was just like, oh, please make it end, Jesus, please make this shit end, because I was over that scene, especially when they kept talking about trying to get her to take the bus. I was like, oh my God, Lord, take the wheel. Jesus, take the wheel. I just wanted somebody to take the good old wheel, because it was getting on my nerves. But eventually Andy agreed to go on the bus. I was like, thank God, but please don't let us see the bus. Please don't let us see the bus. And unfortunately, we saw the damn bus. I was like, oh, great. We'll get into that in just a minute. Next up, you guys, Hayden and Gary. Gary, sir, you can tell Hayden that he is being a stalker towards Tamara. What do you think you're being towards Andy? Like, I don't want you to tell me what is so different between you and Hayden when it comes to y'all's relationships. The only difference between you and Hayden is Hayden actually married Tamara. You hadn't married Andy. You stalked Andy, but it is what it is. So Gary went over to Hayden's house to pick up them documents. Hayden completely forgot. And Gary think that is funny. I'm like, you're laughing at him because he's stuck on Tamara, but you're doing the same exact thing to Andy. Pot, meet kettle, period. So Hayden told him that he went over to her house, and that's when Gary told him that he's stalking her. I was like, Gary, have you looked in the mirror, sir? You stalk Andy on a regular, but okay, set yourself off, dumbass. So Hayden told Gary about Andy being on a date, and the look on Gary's face, I was like, oh my God. Well, this is why I say I don't know what, like I know everybody keeps saying Tyler's got writers for next season, but the writers now have to come in and clean up the mess that Tyler has already wrote or never ended. Like there are so many storylines that have been left open and not closed, and that's the problem that I ultimately have with Tyler Perry's Sistas and The Oval. Now I don't watch Ruthless. Does that show Bro still exist, or did they cancel that? Cause I have no idea. But yeah, you guys, that was that scene with them two. Let's pause here and just go ahead and move forward. Okay, next up, you guys, Karen. I'm gonna breeze through Karen too because she's at home, right? And Pam called her to check on her, and she said she was getting ready to cook, and Pam was like, okay, but she said she ain't got it in the kitchen, so she's gonna go out and buy something. And Pam said it's 11 o'clock at night. I was like, girl, what store are you going to at 11 o'clock at night to buy some groceries? Now, if this was pre-pandemic, when Walmart used to be open 24 hours a night, I would say, okay, I get it. She's going to Walmart. But at this current day and at this current time, I don't know any grocery stores that are open past 11 o'clock at night, because I know my local Walmart right here by my apartment, they close at 11, literally at 11 o'clock at night. But okay, girl, if that's what you want to do, right? So Pam also asked, what is her name again, Karen, for 2 weeks worth of pay, and she was like, I don't have it, Pam. Pam was like, well, girl, you would have had it if you didn't tear up that check. I was like, touche, girl. She ain't lying. You would have that if you didn't tear up that check that Zach gave you, right? But hey, you tore it up like a big dumbass. And then where we at? So after that, Pam told, actually, when she was talking about the grocery store, she said, why don't you call Erin? She says, I'm not doing that, Pam. And then Pam told her, well, you know what, girl, I'm gonna have to get me another job. And Karen also told her to file for unemployment. I was like, Karen, how's she gonna file for unemployment because with unemployment, you have to have unemployment insurance, if I'm not mistaken. Like that's kind of, you have to have that. And you didn't even have insurance to fix the damn shop. So how the fuck you gonna pay her unemployment? That ain't got nothing to do with nothing. And then you guys, I'm just gonna wrap. I'm really gonna wrap this stupid shit up. I promise you guys, I was not listening. This scene on the bus was long as fuck. I wasn't listening to anything that was said. I know that Jordan tried to get a kiss from Andy. She said no, she don't kiss on the first date, and I was like, girl, Robin would say opposite. Robin would say opposite. Then Danny and old boy having a conversation. I wasn't listening to that. Sabrina and the other old boy was having a conversation. I was not listening to that as well. This scene drug on for too damn long, and I was bored as fuck with that scene. I was like, will this scene end? Jesus, please make it end. It didn't end. I was like, oh my God, why me? Why me? Why me? So the bus driver put them off in the middle of nowhere, and they called for a ride share, and they left. Then at the end of the episode, we see Karen. This has got to be the only drugstore in all of Atlanta, because Zach and Fatima are at the grocery store as well, and they run into Karen. I was like, this has got to be the only grocery store in this area, because how the fuck do y'all just randomly run into Karen? Jesus the Christ, you guys. I told you guys this wasn't gonna be a long review at all. I don't know, you guys. When it comes to Tyler Perry shows, I just don't know I don't really know what to do. I feel like I was actually watching Ashley talk about her, in her sister's review last week, and she said something about blind loyalty, and that's what I feel like it is. is, for me, is blind loyalty, right? And it is a fact of, like, this is like a train wreck that we can't turn away from. And what I will say, like, Tyler Perry shows has done, has given me some good numbers on my channel. A good majority of the cast know who I am from his shows. Like, people follow me from the Oval, and I know some of the Sistas cast members have, saw me on, know me from the videos, right? And I am appreciative of that. But when it comes to the writing on this show, it's just terrible at best. But yeah, you guys, I don't know how I'm gonna structure this because I'm really over it, and I really, for both the Oval and for Sistas, I just don't know that with Sistas. I just don't know that I'm gonna return for season 7. I'm still debating on it, and the same with the Oval for their next season. I just don't know that I want to return, but we'll see as we get closer to those times. But that's it, you guys. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn your post notifications on, share the video, you guys. And until the next time, stay safe out there. Take care of yourselves, you guys. Wash your hands, be blessed, and I'll see you guys in the next one.